Jimmy Butler, he's a very interesting player to me.
He's like, oh shoot, I don't know where to go with the ball because I haven't been able to think.
It was a great series. Game 4 was one of the best games I've ever watched in my entire life. Now LeBron's a four-time champion, and Anthony Davis gets his first.
It's unacceptable. So happy when the Astros lost because it would definitely be a 2020 thing.
Yeah, I was impressed by their game. Braden Point, Andre Palat, Nikita Kucherov. That was the best line in the playoffs, no doubt.
Stay undefeated when they face the mighty Cowboys with Garrett Gilbert.
Hey everyone, I'm Jared Sandler, and you're listening to Outsiders Opinions.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to our NBA Opinions of the Week. Hope you've enjoyed the NBA playoffs so far. It's great to have the playoffs. The man that made some predictions that are looking good so far, Austin.
Yeah, I think, for NBA, we both kind of shied away from any too risky picks, but we are looking pretty good when it comes to our picks being correct.
Yes, I think we ended up in the West, but the key decider in the predictions, which you haven't seen, you should check out, is probably the Suns and Clippers series and the Lakers and Grizzlies series. And I haven't watched. I've been watching more hockey than NBA playoffs, but I'll check in. It's things have gone Phoenix. I understand 2-1, but we're gonna talk about if the series is over or not over. We are recording the day of the Hawks, Celtics, Cavs, Knicks, and Nuggets, Timberwolves. Those are all happening today.
Yeah, so I would argue that every 2-0 series or 3-0 series is over. Would you agree with that? I because of the 2-0 series, who they're happening against.
Okay.
I don't think the Timberwolves are going to happen against or come back against the Nuggets. I don't think the Hawks are going to be able to come back against the Celtics. And the only other one that is 3-0, the only 3-0 is the Nets one. And while I do think the Nets will win some games in this series and not go out in a sweep, there's no way they can come back from a 3-0 deficit.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that's a fair thing. I thought you were just saying in general. And to me, 2-0, when the Kings are 2-0, some people were like, man, the Kings are going to do it. I'm like, hold on. You're going – to me, the 2-0 series doesn't mean it's over. There have been cases where it hasn't. Most recently, the Suns, Mavericks, and then also the NBA Finals with the Bucks and Suns.
Yeah, a 2-0 series is extremely commanding, though. But all the current 2-0 or 3-0 series, I think, are over. But I think every other series is up for play.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. Kings and Warriors, huge Game 4 coming up. If the Kings go up 3-1, then this may be tough. But I didn't really watch the game because it was too late. But it seems like they were able to play well without Draymond Green, as he was suspended. So I like the Warriors' chances in Game 4. But yeah, it's really up to anyone right now.
What series do you think are going to be the ones that you think have the best chance of going to Game 7? So the closest series. I would argue right now the series that I think are going to go to a Game 7, I'd say there's probably 3. Kings-Warriors. I think Kings-Warriors, every team wins their home game up to a Game 7. Suns-Clippers, if Kawhi returns especially, I think that'll be a great series. And the other series I think will go 7 is Bucks-Heat. And that's really because I don't trust Giannis. Yes, the injury, they still won that game. But the Heat are going to be on their home floor. They've been at this spot before. They're the same team that just went to the Eastern Conference Finals last year. And I think they're going to be fired up that they stole one. So I think it's going to be a tough test for the Bucks, especially if Giannis can't return in Game 3.
Interesting pick. I thought we were about to agree fully. I agree on Suns Clippers. Depends on Kawhi. Totally agree with your Warriors Kings. The Kings just got a really tough matchup when you're going against a team like the Warriors. just because of the championship pedigree that they have, I think that's like they know it's tough to knock them out. It's tough to knock the champ down. And then Suns Clippers, yeah, it depends on Kawhi. I'm surprised you didn't say Cavaliers Knicks.
I just don't think. I just don't trust this Knicks team right now. I know they won game 1, but I think they won't be able to hold. I probably say right now Cavs in 6 is a clean play.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure about the Heat Bucks just because of how well it looks like the Heat started to come back against Bucks in game 2. I was just shocked with how the Bucks played without Giannis.
Yeah, but are they going to be able to play like that without Giannis? Giannis still hasn't done full practice workouts. Like today, he didn't work out with the team. He did some individual stuff, but that doesn't mean he'll be ready. And I don't know if they're going to be able to play well on the road in a ruckus Miami Stadium against his team.
Yeah, I think that's fair. And then, to make sure I heard this correct, Giannis, it was a lower back injury. It wasn't a sacrum or the sacrum.
Sacrum. It was. I don't think it was sacrum. It was lower back, and I think that Giannis, because of his height, I think he'll have some issues returning from that.
Yeah, and I was watching a video. And he mentioned the sacrum, and so I wasn't sure. Yeah, the lower back seems tougher. I couldn't remember because there aren't that much muscles to absorb. That's what the doctor was explaining, to absorb the impact that he did.
Yeah, and he's a big dude. Like, that fall is not going to be felt well. And
yeah,
I think a huge part of whether the Bucks... I think Giannis returns in Game 5. I think he's out for Game 3 and 4. Returns in Game 5. And I still think the Bucks win this series, but I wouldn't put it past the Heat not to go up. I wouldn't put it past them to go up 3-1.
Yeah, I think that's fair given the uncertainty of Giannis.
But I think when Giannis returns, the Bucks are clearly the better team, and they're going to win the series. So,
yeah, I think that's true. Like I've said before, Giannis is that guy. He's that top 5 NBA player, best player in the NBA. And when you have that in the playoffs, that's when it really matters. So I was shocked you said Bucks Heat. Do you think Lakers win in 6?
Yeah, I initially had. Let me check here. Did I have Lakers in 6? No, I had Lakers in 7. But I just the jaw injury that matters more than the Giannis injury. And I think without jaw, or even jaw, not 100% because it's a wrist injury or a hand injury type of issue.
Yeah.
That's going to be harder to return for a guard that has to use his hands to pass, to dribble, to shoot. So I think his injury will hurt the Grizzlies more than the Giannis injury. So I think probably Lakers in 6 now. I think the Lakers win both games in LA. Maybe Memphis wins that game when they come back to Memphis, but Game 6, the Lakers take hold.
Yeah, and also Dillon Brooks. So I'd pick the Grizzlies. I'm not feeling good about it now, especially with the jaw injury and especially with Dillon Brooks poking LeBron.
I don't think LeBron needs extra motivation. I don't think that's a big problem. I don't think that's going to be anything that impacts the series.
Oh, okay. You don't think? Okay. So are you?
LeBron's not the type of person. LeBron, in my opinion, is not the type of person to be motivated by that. LeBron's motivated by the end goal and always is. Jordan, Kobe, they're inspired more by that man-on-man matchup, that 1v1 aspect. That's why they're so good 1v1. Like 1v1, I would take Jordan or Kobe over any player all time because that's what gets them fired up. That is their job on the court. Hey, I'm ISOing. Can you stop me? LeBron is more of a passer. You're not going to really fire up somebody, guys, by making an amazing pass. Like they still have to hit the shot. So I don't feel like that's going to affect the series too much. I do think it's a little bit out of pocket for Brooks to say something like that, but that's kind of his job on the team is to kind of inspire them by him saying some outlandish stuff.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's extra motivation. Like there was already motivation for LeBron.
I don't think it adds anything.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, the John injury hurts, and we'll just have to see what the Lakers do. I think that could go 7, but as you mentioned, John injury. So I think we've covered them all, but the game's all happening today. Oh well, we just mentioned Cav Knicks. That's probably gonna go 7.
In your opinion, 7.
Yeah,
I
in
think
my opinion.
6.
Okay. So the only thing we agree on going 7 is Suns, Clippers, and Kings, Warriors.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we agree all the other series are over. The Celtics are just too good. And
Of the series where one team has 0 wins, I think all those series are over. I still think the Nets could win 3 straight and go to 7, but I don't think they could win this series. Embiid has not played well, which I kind of anticipated going against Claxton. Like Embiid had 14 points last game, so there was much to be desired there. Claxton outplayed him. I know if Claxton doesn't get kicked out of that game, they win that game, but it's kind of just what's happening. But I don't think they can come back fully. But
yeah. Excuse me. I agree. Thank you. It was just, yeah, I'm really surprised with how well the 76ers have played, but yeah, I don't.
It's really come down to Tyrese Maxey. Maxey's been the difference maker because Harden struggled shooting the ball, even though he's been a good playmaker. And Embiid struggled. He's not his MVP self right now, but the Sixers don't really need it because of the other guys like Tobias Harris, PJ Tucker, Tyrese Maxey.
Yeah, and I think the Nets have just struggled with it was just that bad pass. Like they still almost had it even with Joel Embiid last game. It was just they seem clunky.
They don't know each other that well.
Yeah.
They still need to grow as a team. And I think next year they'll still be a playoff squad. They have all the talent there. But
oh yeah. And they can bring in more with all the picks they have. I would definitely feel it's just they haven't played as well as I thought, but the Sixers have played better. So yeah, I think the Kings Warriors series is gonna be awesome.
Yeah, that's my series to look forward to. However, the home court advantage in this series is going to scream loud. The Warriors are a great home team, but a terrible road team. And I think that's the one pick I'm the most worried about. Of the ones that I've chosen, I still think the Bucks win. I still think the Cavs win. Celtics, Sixers, I think I'm totally fine in the East right now. LA, I still think is going to win because of the injury. Suns, Kawhi's been hurt, so I'm still confident in my Suns. Obviously, I'm confident in Denver. But the one I'm most worried about is Golden State, and it's because of how bad they've been on the road. And I think that will be the reason why they eventually fall and don't repeat, is the fact that they are on the road a much worse team.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I'm getting a little bit nervous, but I went against you in the Suns and the Lakers. So Clippers, I think they can still pull it out.
It comes down to whether Kawhi can play.
Yeah, it's true. I need Kawhi to carry the load on this one. And I'm just not sure if I trust, outside of Kevin Durant, I don't know if I trust the other guys on the Suns to close it or to have that finishing power.
I understand what you're saying.
Because like with Devin Booker and Chris Paul, Game 6, Game 7, they had the chance to they don't have that power to knock out.
The killer instinct.
The killer instinct, which I think KD has. But I could be wrong. So yeah, though it's been a good NBA playoffs. I'm excited for the semifinals, for the conference semifinals, because those are going to be good. Because then you lower the teams. But yeah, that's all we got. Make sure to check out all our other videos, and thank you for listening to Outsiders Opinions.